Welcome to the Disneyville podcast, episode 34, the one in which I do it on autopilot.
Yeah. Tyler is knee and elbow deep in editing. Well, actually, his Egypt videos. Actually, by the time you hear this, most of them will be up.
Should be at least halfway through.
If not all of them.
No, I think if my math is right, 3 or 4 of them will be out of 7.
So check it out. He has been swimming in it, and they are incredible. He didn't let me see them until like days before he started making them live. And I was like, this is the best stuff he's done. So if you are into travel or you like us or vlogs, whatever, it is all of the above.
Well, thank you.
On our
That's
trip to
awfully
Egypt
nice of you to say.
Yeah.
I'll pay you after we're done.
Thank you.
But anyway, so yeah, Jessica was like, come on, we got to get doing this. I'm like, wait, hold on. Okay, I got to refocus.
Get your mind in the Disney bubble again. I know.
So today we are talking about quick service restaurants in Hollywood studios, the unsung hero of the parks, I feel like sometimes.
I don't know, maybe Animal Kingdom, but Hollywood Studios is so interesting because every time I walk into it, I tell you, this is my favorite park. Like there's something about it. But then by the end of the day, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go back. That's probably true for any park.
Yeah.
But
I think that has more to do with the heat of Florida and less to do with...
It just slowly wears you down as the day goes on, for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, I personally just love this park. This is the first Disney park I ever went into.
That's right.
Ever in my life. And so I think there's that piece of it. Also just the idea of the nostalgia of the Hollywood that never was. Like all of that wrapped up. Also, they're always playing like 1940s music. I'm a fan.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to it all the time in the car. So genuinely. So anyway.
Yeah, you do.
But
you know what I miss though?
Yeah.
I think more than anything in Hollywood studios, the Sorcerer Hat, that's, I get it. The Earful Towers.
I don't get it. The Sorcerer Hat should still be there. It was amazing.
The backlot tour, all these amazing things are gone now. And I'm sad about it, but it's okay. You know what I am really, really sad though?
Great
about
movie ride. What?
the streetmosphere.
That's it.
They used to have actors walking around all the time, and they would like drive around in cars, and they were always like big over the top vaudeville, early Hollywood streetmosphere characters, and they were so fun.
The citizens of Hollywood.
And they're gone.
Land.
And
Peace, Phil. Sorry. Winchesterton Field, Phil.
anyway, the last couple times I've really noticed that piece missing.
I know. I hope they'll start bringing that back because when you walk through Magic Kingdom or Epcot, you are faced with live performers every 20 minutes, if that. Like you're walking around, oh, there's the Bears walking around, or oh, there's the Dapper Dans, or oh, there's the Main Street Band, or oh. Whereas in Hollywood Studios, it definitely does not feel as alive.
Yeah.
And it used to. So I hope that's to come. They do a good job in Star Wars, like in Galaxy's Edge.
It's like
they said Galaxy's
They
Ledge.
only had a certain budget for walking around actors.
That's
like,
right. They said we got to cut the budget. Yeah, right.
We have enough budget for 4 actors at any given time, and
we're
they
going
all
to
got to
put
be
them
in.
all in Galaxy's
Now
Edge.
that said, Kylo Ren walking around.
Ooh.
That's pretty sweet.
Spooky every time. I love it. I'm like into it and scared.
If I were
and
to
that's Kylo Ren.
break
Well,
my
excited
kneecaps.
and scared.
All right.
Anyway,
So,
we just did so many references within 30 seconds. Okay.
and I bet most people won't get any of them. Let's go.
Some people will get one of them. Okay. We are going to go through all 10 quick service restaurants. I have to admit, as we were prepping and outlining this episode, I had the realization that this may have the most genuine quick service restaurants of all the parks. Maybe not more than Epcot.
Yeah.
But
There are a
comparatively, I'm like, there's a lot
And you
at
know
Hollywood
what?
Studios.
I still have what I think is a fallacy in my head where I'm like, everything in Hollywood Studios is burgers and fries. Like in my head, that's all they have. And that's true to a point, but I do feel like they've made steps that have gotten it better. Whereas in Epcot, they've got a million kinds of quick service, a million different kinds of cuisines. In my head, Hollywood Studios only has burgers and fries, but I don't think that's necessarily true.
And we'll talk through, there are some very specific menu items that are so good. And honestly, as I was pulling these menus together too, I realized, man, there's a lot more out there that they didn't used to have even in recent years. So they are doing a good job kind of varying it.
Yeah, I agree. I was just going to say, I don't think we need to do mug shots. I think we've done both these mugs before. People get sad when we don't do our mug shots. And so
I know.
Our kind of rule of thumb is if it's mugs that we've shown before, we don't do it a second
As often.
time. Yeah.
Maybe. But anyway, this is one. Do you even know where you got this little Mickey one?
I got this one at Goodwill, I believe.
You've had it since we first started dating, and
I'm
it makes
pretty
me so
sure.
happy.
I'm like 80% sure. It's been, we've had it for a very long time.
This is a well-made mug. It's got like a engraved star, and like it's well made. They don't make them like they used to. And then mine's just one of the resort mugs from the 100 Years of Wonder, and I've got iced coffee in it today. It's actually mostly decaf iced coffee.
There you go. So what were you saying? I'm sorry, I cut you off there.
Oh, I was just going to say, little plug for mobile ordering, because really, especially if you have kids, but I think no matter what, it will save you time. If you are in line for something, and like not for food, I mean in line for a ride or whatever, and you're thinking, we're going to be hungry soon, let's place our order while we're killing time in line anyway. You pick your arrival window. It is so easy. You're already using your phone for a ton of the park stuff anyway. It's in the same app. And then you get to just, it'll let you know when it's ready. You walk up to the window, they hand it to you. It is amazing. That way you can spend time finding a table for your family. You know what I mean? Like all those kinds of things that can make a trip kind of stressful. Mobile order, sponsored by Disney's mobile ordering. I wish. Yeah. How would that even work? Anyway, just a plug for it, because we use it almost exclusively, unless they don't offer it, which most places do. So we even use it at Universal, like their mobile ordering. Yeah,
but it could really be a time saver, because we'll be in line for something and we're like, all right, so we're going to eat lunch here in about 40 minutes. Let's go ahead and pick what we want. So then we're kind of just ready to rock and roll, beep, bop, boop. So
it's great.
All right, so you have these in alphabetical order to start. So we're going to do a quick little synopsis of each one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I was thinking of you saying synapsis, and I was like, I'm assuming you meant synopsis.
I was trying to say synopsis in a funny way, but then I realized synapsis is actually a real word, and like so then it just got ruined. Just forget it.
That's exactly where my brain was.
We're doing a short summary
split into
of
3.
Each.
I was like, wait.
Which thread to follow?
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Let's fire the synapses in our brain as we talk about these synapses.
I want you to read each name. Ooh. I need you to read these, and each name I want you to read in a different way according to. Okay.
Also, I should always be with my mind a million miles away. I'm on fire today.
This is going to be our best episode yet. I can feel it.
Well, these are all like the same though, because all of them.
Nope. I want you to try acting.
It's like an old improv exercise or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Actually, fun, quick side story. I lost a role. And one of the very first roles that I ever auditioned for, I was like 8. And the director had us read, I think she had to say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something like that. And she wanted us to do something different for each one. And so I went up and I had like different accents. I had like different moves. I was killing it. Uh-huh. This other kid comes up, does the same thing for all 5. He gets the part.
Does the same thing as you?
No, does the same thing for each and every 1 through 5. Does the same thing for each one.
Didn't you tell me that one kid was like 1, 2, and like just put his arms in different positions?
Yeah, that was the kid who got it.
Well, little Timmy.
So anyway, lost out on that role, and I'm still not over it. Acting life's tough, man. All right, ABC commissary.
Love it. That's what I wanted. That's all I wanted you to read.
I was going to do all of them in that one accent.
ABC. Did.
Also, I'm mad about the streetmosphere because I want to be a streetmosphere person. Now listen here, you.
And I'll be the dramatic Hollywood actress Starlet.
The Backlot Express. This is like JFK. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I don't even know.
All right, no, I like it.
Now
you wanted to say that in the Kennedy. Docking Bay.
I just want to do them all in this one voice. Docking Bay 7, food and cargo.
That was solid.
Okay. Why are these all
Dockside Diner?
I'm very into the Kennedy exit for this. The Dockside Diner.
All right.
Pizzerizzo.
It was the finger for me. Pizzerizzo. Whoa.
Ronto roasters.
Well, love it.
Oh, man. Okay. What is lunchbox? I'm just shouting.
Were you trying to be Don Rickles?
No, I can actually do a lot of accents. I just can't think of any. Okay. Fairfax Fair, Catalina, Addie's, and Rollies, All American Cafe.
Yeah, honestly, that sums those 3 up anyway. Oh, that was incredible.
Okay.
All right, now let's rank them.
Don't you ever put me on the spot like that again. Oh, man, that was awful. That was truly terrible. Go ahead.
I will be exclusively filming with you in the future when your mind is 100 miles away.
Okay. That
was incredible. Okay.
All right.
Let's start with ABC commissary.
I did not sound like that.
No, you were way better. Like we said, we're not going to rank them yet. I just said, let's rank them. Just kidding. We're going to rank them in a minute.
Yeah, this
We're
is
gonna
alphabetical order.
Yeah, ish, except for the last three he said. We're putting those together for a reason. So we're just going to kind of quickly talk through each one, which one it is. Some of you guys know a lot of these, I'm sure. And then some of you guys are watching this and actually planning, and you're like, so we're going to kind of give an overview of each place, and then we'll let you know which ones suck and which ones are great.
Okay, so ABC Commissary. This is the one. Okay, so you're walking into Hollywood Studios. Donald Duck's up in the bathroom. You go all the way to the theater. You take a left right in front of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And there's all the signs with like Kelly Ripa on them and Michael Strahan.
Donald Duck is in the bathroom.
You got like, I don't know. It's like, it's always like The Good Doctor, and it's always pushing like whatever they're doing on ABC right now.
Yeah.
That's the ABC Commissary. And then you walk inside. A lot of times they have like a little bit of memorabilia in here. I know for a while they had like the backpack from or maybe it's the binder.
And her like name tag or something
maybe.
from Abbott Elementary, which we love that show.
Oh, maybe that's what I was going to say, from the middle.
Well, I think, so there you go. And they had some it's all ABC show stuff, which is fun.
But the binder from the middle when they came to Walt Disney World is what I was trying to say. And then I think they maybe switched that out with the Abbott Elementary one. Leave me alone.
No, you guys don't need to understand the reference to Donald Duck's in the bathroom.
Still talking about that?
Yeah, because you said it so flippantly, and I knew exactly what you meant, but I'm like, no one. Some of you guys will know. I don't know why. They always stick Donald Duck above the bathrooms in Hollywood Studios. He's always coming out, like for real, Donald Duck, and like waving, and he's right above the entrance to the bathrooms.
Right as soon as you walk into the parks. Yeah.
It cracks me up, but he's always up there. Anyway.
Okay, so the ABC Commissary, it's pretty standard fare, I would say.
Okay, except for last time we were there, a lot of you guys recommended the, the buffalo chicken grilled cheese sandwich, and it was so good.
I had one complaint about it, though.
Yes.
It was so salty.
So salty.
Like, I don't feel like I noticed that very often. It was, like, so salty.
Yeah, I would agree. But it was really good. So that's almost one you can split with someone.
Yeah.
And then maybe get, like, a salad or something on the side.
Yeah.
But it was really, really tasty, especially if you're into, like, buffalo or grilled cheese. Like, that is a good combo.
Yeah.
The pork carnitas tacos, I don't think we've tried. But I was reading through some forums, and a lot of people like those pork carnitas tacos. I do feel like they've switched it up. They used to be, I think, a burger
and fry, 100%.
joint. Now they've got shrimp tacos, a chicken club sandwich, the two things I just mentioned, Mediterranean salad. So they've definitely switched it up.
California burger.
Yeah.
I will say I had the chicken club there as well, and it was pretty good. I mean, a pretty standard chicken club, but it was not bad.
But when you're in the mood for a club sandwich, nothing
else
slaps
will
like
satiate.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so moving on to Backlot Express.
This is the one where when you're going back kind of towards where Star Tours is, it's right near there.
So yeah, Backlot Express is like this big, like open warehouse kind of feeling, and it's got a bunch of like movie memorabilia, but I don't think it's actual like movie memorabilia, or some of it might be, but a lot of it is just like big props that like, oh, it would be in a movie.
Yeah,
like
I think
again,
so.
It's almost like craft services, like where you're like supposed to be on a studio lot, and it's just like a warehouse where they also serve food. That's the idea, I think, behind it.
Where was this? Now I'm curious in relation to the actual old studio backlot tram tour. If you guys recall, a few episodes ago, we did extinct rides and our favorites, and we talked through specifically the now defunct studio backlot tour. Check that episode out if you missed it. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was.
I wonder, I feel like it was there when that was. So I'm like,
right.
It had to have been. We did just look at where it was. But anyway.
On the map, I already forget.
It definitely has the vibes of that. Like the part of the ride where you were walking through the props to get onto the tram reminds me of the Backlot Express building.
Yeah, I could see that.
Anyway, so that one's great because you can always find seats.
Almost always,
AC.
yeah.
Like it's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, and that one, we didn't talk about the food really. That one has a teriyaki chicken bowl that I think we've both gotten.
Yeah,
I think
so.
I've gotten more than once. There's a teriyaki tofu bowl too, which is so good. But I think next time I get it, I'm going to ask if they have like any of that teriyaki sauce I could have like extra, because I always felt like I wanted a little bit more.
Yeah.
We're big fans of sauces, okay? But it was so good, and it's such a nice kind of lighter, healthier option. And it's just nice to have that.
I'm trying
choice.
to think what all I've had there. I feel like most of the time here I get a burger. Like it's just kind of my go-to
I think
here.
you've gotten the pulled pork burger
Maybe
they have
I
there.
have. Gosh, I can't remember. I feel like there was a while where we hadn't gone, and then we kind of went like a little bit more
twice in a row almost.
Yeah. Okay, so then Docking Bay 7, Food and Cargo. This is over in Galaxy's Edge. And I will say this is one place that really does have some very kind of different, unique things. And one of the things that I remember very vividly was it's called the Endorian fried chicken tip-yip. And I remember it being really good. It's basically just like a fried chicken thing, but it had like some sort of green salsa or something with it. It was very good.
It's got mac and cheese, it looks like. Ooh.
But yeah, I remember I think we've only been here once, but I remember ordering that and it was very good.
Yeah, well, and it looks like there's another chicken tip-yip that's got like spicier. That's probably the one you're talking about because it had like some relish of sweet corn, peppers, plantain, cilantro. Maybe. Anyway, that's it. This is a place I would recommend. You're not wanting burgers and fries. You're just wanting something different. But it does take a beat to like figure out like, okay, what is this? So one of them is kashyyyk beef and sweet potato salad. And so there's sweet potatoes in it. So it just takes a minute to kind of like familiarize and be like, okay, do I want that or not? Like what actually sounds good? So they've got tuna poke, falafel.
Yeah, Felucian falafel and hummus garden spread. And I don't know if they actually were even more hidden early on. And
what
I think they
things were, is that what you mean? Yeah.
And because I think it was just literally called like an Endorian tip-yip when I got it. And then now it says Endorian fried chicken tip-yip.
So then you can have an idea of like, what in the world am I even ordering?
And maybe I just feel like I remember that, like being like, I don't know what I ordered.
I hope I like it. Okay, let's move on to Dockside Diner. So this is the one that's in the cute little ship that's on Echo Lake, right opposite, like around the corner from Gertie the dinosaur. So this one is truly just like a walk-up window, and so there's some seating out there, but there's no like indoor place to sit for this one. They've got hot dogs, basically. So they have different versions. They have a regular hot dog. They have, you could just get mac and cheese, bacon mac and cheese. That's good to know.
Is this where you ordered something one time?
Yes.
Everything went haywire and I wasn't there?
No, it did go haywire, and it was hilarious, and it was soft serve ice cream I got at Gertie's and then had to walk back around to Dockside Diner to sit. And then the ice cream spilled out, but then I caught it, but then it like landed on my shirt. Like,
didn't you catch it?
I caught it in my hand, but then the other one I had against my shirt. So it was just like staining me slow. Like it was crazy. Your mom was there. She might remember the story better than I do, honestly.
Funny. So yeah, that is truly just a quick walk up window. They don't have a whole lot of options. You know what I mean?
A couple plays on hot dogs and some mac and cheese.
Then we have pizzerizzo.
I am so curious how our rankings are going to compare.
I know. I don't want to say anything yet. We're just going to say pizzerizzo is it's like a 2-story. It's pretty big.
It is pretty big.
Restaurant, if you will. And they have like some upstairs seating. They have some like outside seating where you can like sit on an upper area.
Upper terrace, yeah.
They have this whole thing where it's like, I think it's supposed to be like a wedding party going on and stuff like that. So like one of the rooms has like a disco ball and bright lights and loud music.
Playing, yeah.
But they serve like little personal pan pizzas. I feel like the kind of stuff you used to get like in school. Mine were always like this.
What kind of pizza did you have in school? That was at all what I had.
I'm sorry. It was not the stuff you got in school. We had the rectangular.
Yeah, it was like that. Half of it you couldn't tell if it was cheese or plastic.
Still ate it.
It was still weirdly delicious.
Ate all of it. But no, it was the ones like when you did the book it and you got your prize at the end with a personal pan pizza. That's what it tastes like to me. Like,
okay. I have learned that this kind of pizza is dubbed puffy pizza because if you look at a picture of it, it literally looks just so puffy. But to me, it's all sauce, a bit of cheese, and it's all just thick, puffy red sauce pizza. And I am not the biggest fan of this kind of pizza. And I love pizza. Okay?
Therefore, we never get to eat at Pizzerizzo.
No, we do. I just always moan about it. But I love the ambiance of Pizzerizzo. So I always do it. And really, listen, I get some ranch on the side, I dip it in, and I'm a happy camper because it's delicious in ranch.
And to me, it's a prize for all the books that I read.
I love that. So I love that for you.
All right.
So Ronto Roasters. This one, I kept wanting to try the breakfast at Ronto Roasters, and we never could get there in time. And we finally got to do it on one of our recent trips. And it was totally awesome. I have to say it was one of the best breakfasts. I know we have some clips of what we got, but it was like the breakfast Ronto wrap, and it had like, it's basically like a sausage hot dog type thing.
Right, yeah.
And kind of like a naan or like pita bread thing wrapped around it. But the typical Ronto Roaster during the rest of the day has like slaw on it. It's pretty good. Not like my favorite thing in the world, but it's pretty good.
And it's something
like
different.
It.
Yeah. But it's just, meat in tube form on a pita with different accoutrement.
Yeah. But the breakfast one also has like egg with it. And that I thought was really good. Like if I were to be able to pick, I'd get the breakfast one every time.
There was 2 different kinds, and I remember I liked both, but they were different, but I don't remember what
one
the
I think was plant-based or vegetarian or something.
I think that's what it was. And I actually liked the plant-based one better.
They have the Ronto morning wrap. So it's got pork sausage, cheddar, peppercorn sauce, and eggs and pita bread. But the plant-based one, which is I think what we got, is the plant-based egg, smoky chickpea onion slaw. That was so good.
Yeah.
And then a roasted tomato sauce in the pita bread. Now, the real star of the show, though, do you remember?
Was the overnight oats.
They were so good.
So good.
And I'm now remembering, we also recently got the overnight oats at the Kusafiri Bakery at Animal Kingdom, and they were insanely good.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like similar recipe, but so good.
Oh, yeah, both of those.
And I think those had like boba balls on top. So that's breakfast, but during lunch, it's not like full blown. You're not going to get a full meal there necessarily. I mean, you kind of could, but again, it's really just the wraps, different versions of the wraps. They also have some pork rinds there. I've never tried.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Okay.
Okay, so then we have Woody's Lunchbox. And Woody's Lunchbox is just sort of a walk-up window. The last time we were there, they're completely redoing the outside, and they're also doing the new restaurant and all that stuff. So I don't know how it's all going to end up faring out in the end. But I
hope they'll add some indoor seating, or at least more seating.
Yeah.
If it's outside, okay, I mean, it would be nice to have part of it, or even just have some more shade.
Yes.
But they just needed more seating. You could never find a table, and it is so popular.
It is. Well, and they have such different things here from what they have elsewhere. They have like the homemade Pop-Tarts, or they're not homemade, but they're called homemade Pop-Tarts, whatever they call them. They've got like brisket sandwiches. They've got smoked turkey, tachos. They have a pretty good breakfast bowl.
A very good breakfast bowl.
Again, Disney's all in
on tots.
On tots for breakfast. Everywhere you go, it's got
someone
tots for
owns
breakfast.
stock in tots.
Stocks tots.
Don't bring that episode up. Yeah, that is one that ambiance wise, especially once they finish whatever they're doing, it's already adorable. You're right in the middle of Toy Story Land is where it's located. I mean, it's Woody's Lunchbox. It's so cute.
Yeah.
And with the different offerings and the fact that they actually have breakfast too, yeah. I love.
And the theming is so cute. If you walk up, everything's obviously to scale. So it's like a kid's lunchbox, and it's got like Baby Bell cheeses and stuff. It's really cute.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then we have what Jessica has dubbed the trifecta.
Yeah. So it's the 3 restaurants that are basically 3 separate walk-up windows, and they share this big seating area outdoors right when you go down Sunset Boulevard heading towards like Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster.
On the left. It kind of takes up the whole space there.
There's
like a Disney Vacation Club booth, and it takes up the rest of the space.
Then the trifecta. So it is Fairfax Fair, Catalina Eddie's, and Rosie's All-American Cafe. So Fairfax Fair is one that we haven't eaten at in a while, which was proved to me by looking at the menu, and I'm like, what? This looks awesome. So they have a barbecue beef brisket bowl, a Korean barbecued pork belly bowl, and a buffalo chicken bowl. So basically I think all of them have mashed potatoes, and they're in a waffle bowl, and then they have whatever it is they're talking about on top. So whether it's beef brisket or chicken. Listen, that sounds incredible to me.
Yeah.
So we have to try next trip.
And I can tell you, it's been a while because we haven't had any of that.
And I'm sure some of this is new. They had some plant-based. They had soba noodle bowls as well, which sounds good. So a lot of different options there.
Then Catalina Eddie's, we actually ate at the last time. I got the meatball sub. It was pretty good. And then they had like kids pizzas.
Puffy pizzas again.
We ended up
exact.
No, they're different. They were different. I didn't like these as much as I like the pizzerizzo ones. I'm telling you, they're different.
I'm telling you, they're not. Go ahead.
All right, we're done.
This is how we settle arguments in our household. We just, one of us gives up and says, forget it.
Anyway, so these were not, and maybe it's because the girls only got cheese pizzas that they didn't eat, so I ate 3 cheese pizzas.
That night was kind of a weird kerfuffle because it was raining too, which that's no surprise. It was like they were out of one version of it, so they just ended up giving. So we ended up with way too many cheese pizzas.
Yeah, they were supposed to have like a little kids pizza or like 2 kids pizzas, and then you got one, and then I don't know.
They were out of the kids pizzas, so they gave us 3 full cheese pizzas, something.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they have salads there too, and then lastly, there's Rosie's All-American Cafe that has hot dogs, cheeseburgers, a lobster roll, plant-based lobster roll. Interesting.
Ooh, yeah.
So we're going to rank them here in a sec, but one little thing I wanted to share for those looking for this, because I feel like this is one of the bigger struggles on Disney trips, is finding breakfast in the parks that's not like these sit-down reservation type breakfast. So the only places that offer breakfast in Hollywood Studios that's like quick service is Ronto Roasters, as we described. Woody's Lunchbox has those little breakfast bowls. And then Fairfax Fair has waffles with syrup and bacon. Like it's like a waffle platter is how it was described with syrup and bacon. I don't know what that means. I'm just reporting that they have that for breakfast. And then of course there's Starbucks, the Trolley Car Cafe.
Yeah.
That's it. As far, based on my research and experience and looking through menus, menu after menu, that's it.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling they're going to expand this a bit because it just doesn't feel like enough. They've done such a better job at the other parks, especially Magic Kingdom.
Hollywood and Vine has breakfast. They have like their character breakfast.
But what I'm saying is those are sit down.
Service. Of course. So I'm just saying there are other options, but for quick service, there's just a few.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear how you rank these. I have a feeling our ranking is going to be quite
I think so too.
different, which is very rare, but yeah. All right.
Do you just want to go 10, 9, 8 or do you want to do like...
I love that you assume that the trifecta is 10, 9, 8.
No,
actually,
I'm sorry.
mine is...
I'm asking, do you want to do like 10, 10, 9, 9?
Yeah,
8,
let's
8?
do that.
You want to do it that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you go ahead. Number 10 for you.
Catalina Eddie's. The puffy pizza, the salad. Every time I've gotten the salad, it's like too much of the white part of the iceberg lettuce. And every time. And they serve it in a tiny bowl, which again, this is what it is. But it's a tiny bowl and I can never mix it right. And so I'm just like...
Yeah,
it's an unhappy salad eating.
It's a sad Caesar. It's it's
a sad Caesar.
You get a little vitamin K though, but that's about it. So then, so I had Rosie's All American Cafe at the bottom.
All right, my 9 is Rosie's All American.
Okay, Fairfax Fair is number 9 for me, and number 8 was Catalina Eddie's. So kind of, I had the trifecta at the bottom, and I just kind of picked an order.
Well, yeah, I could see that because again, you really could treat them all as the same because one of you could go get food at that one, and then the other. Right. It's almost like a food court in a way.
Yeah.
So I actually had for 8. I haven't ranked Fairfax Fair because for 8, I put Dockside Diner. Because just with the fact that it's, again, outdoor seating, not really much shade, and they just have hot dogs and mac and cheese. It's not terrible, but it's just not a favorite. I'm not seeking it out.
That was number 7 for me. So we're kind of there.
So my 7 is Fairfax Fair. And the reason I did intentionally rank that higher is because even though we haven't eaten there recently, based on the menu and how it's a little different with the mashed potato bowls, with the waffle and like Korean pork belly and barbecue, like I just felt like that seemed a little different than all of the others. So I wanted to rank it a little bit higher.
Okay.
Also, question, where were they selling the turkey legs? I thought that was at Fairfax Fair. I feel like that's always where people were walking away with them. It was right at that window.
Yeah, you might be
right. I'm back to 2010 and watching people walk away from that window with turkey legs. Yeah. That's all. I was just curious. I didn't see it on the menu.
I don't know that they even sell them in Hollywood studios anymore. So our bottom 4 are the same, just slightly variation.
Yeah, but generally we agree those are the ones that if I knew someone going, I'd be like, just gonna skip unless there's a low line, you're starving, whatever. But
yeah, okay. So the number 6 for me, ABC Commissary.
I have my ABC Commissary much higher.
Okay, what was your 6 then?
My 6 is pizzerizzo.
Well.
Okay, one thing I was thinking about.
You're just wrong. And that's okay. That's okay to
But
be
here's
wrong.
the thing. It's only the food. Which is probably the most important part. But I was trying to balance in my mind when I was ranking ambiance and food.
Of course.
And for me, I'm like, this one had a big miss on food. But again, give me some ranch. I'm a happy camper. We can go every few years. It's fine. But I love the ambiance. I love going up and they've got like New York subway things and like it's huge. You can always find a seat. We love the upper second story terrace. I love the weird wedding party room. So if they ever like tore that down, I would genuinely be sad. I just wish they'd just shake it up and say, you know what, forget these puffy pizzas. We're going to branch out and do totally different pizzas. Or if they just said, let's treat Pizzerizzo as a real pizzeria and make that like actual New York style pizza slices, like, you know, the kind.
The folders.
Wouldn't that be incredible? Come on, Disney. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Keep the puffy pizza at Catalina Eddie's. That's fine. But like make that actual pizzeria pizza.
Okay. I'm fine with that. I like my puffy pizza.
That would bump Pizzerizzo up to like number 1, I think, for me. Easily.
Wow. All right. So really you do like the ambiance. You just hate the pizza. Okay. Good to know. My number 5 was Docking Bay 7.
I ranked that way higher.
Really? Mm-hmm. What was your number?
Well, I want to know why. Why so far down? I mean, I guess not that far down.
Okay. Here's what I'll say. I only ate there one time. I remember liking it
twice.
I've only been there once.
Oh, I think I went there once when you were at like trainings or something.
Gotcha.
Anyway, go ahead.
So I only have been there once. I remember liking it, but I don't know. I'm just not a big Star Wars person.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, I get that.
It doesn't like excite me. You know what I mean? Like I like it well enough. But
you're not like seeking it out.
Yeah. Unless Kylo Ren's there.
I'd be curious what he ordered. My number 5 is Ronto Roasters because I think it's cool, like that little area. But again, you're taking your food and just finding a table somewhere. So it's a little bit stressful.
Yeah.
But it's also not like a full-blown lunch. Like I feel like I'm always hungry.
It's almost,
And I don't love the Ronto Roaster itself unless it's breakfast.
Yeah.
So for me, it's okay.
It's more of a glorified snack than it is a meal.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. I would agree. And it's always, that's the thing. Every time we've ever had it, we have to like scrounge. We're like sitting on sidewalks somewhere. Like we can't ever find a seat. But yeah, so that actually was my number 4. So there we go. So kind of right in that same ballpark.
So my number 4 is ABC Commissary because again, it's AC. You can always find a table. They've got some interesting food options. Remember that was the place that had the buffalo chicken grilled cheese, the club sandwich, the pork carnitas tacos. So there's enough different stuff. They had a decent kids. I mean, anywhere has a good or somewhat of a good kids menu, but that one had a decent one. Yeah. I mean, it's nothing like, I don't feel like you're sitting in there like, wow, I'm so glad I'm here. So ambiance wise, but I feel like the food level was pretty good there.
Yeah.
Which is why I ranked it higher.
Okay. So then my number 3 is Backlot Express.
Me too. Woo.
All right. And it's less about the food. I think the food is kind of forgettable. But part of it is I remember when we first started dating going there. So I have a lot of, it warms the cockles of my heart kind of thing. Less about it being good.
But they're the ones that have the teriyaki, the bowls that I really like.
Yeah.
You don't remember those?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure it was fun.
It's like similar to what we make at home for dinner. So that's why I like it.
Yeah.
It's like what I like.
I vaguely remember it and I'm sure it's good, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, best meal ever.
But the ambiance is cool too. Like where there's stuff everywhere.
It's also kind of old Hollywood studios to me still.
Yeah.
And
I get it.
Okay, so the number 2 sounds like we have the same.
No, Docking Bay 7.
Oh, you haven't done. Okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to do.
So the reason I ranked Docking Bay 7 higher, and this is one that I did toggle a bit, and it was like 3 for a second, then it was 4, and then it was 2. The reason I moved it higher is because I'm like, you know what? If someone were asking me what are the best quick service, that has to be high up because I'm like, it is so unique.
Yeah.
It's got enough different food options and it's not a burger and fry place. You know what I mean? You can find that anywhere. That I felt like for the ambiance and the food and the different menu, I think it should be up there.
What's the seating like?
I mean, it was kind of cool. You literally feel like you're in.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Not the ambience. How is it hard to find seating
I feel
there?
like it was pretty big.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially now that, I mean, listen, we went the first year Galaxy's Edge was open, you couldn't find seats anywhere for anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like even lately it hasn't been as crazy. We'll have to eat there again sometime soon.
I think we should, yeah. Because I remember we kind of sat right in the main area, but I can't remember if there were like offshoots or not. But I don't
think
remember
there were
that
some
being
offshoots.
that huge of a restaurant. So I can't remember if it was hard to find a seat or not. So then my number 2 was Woody's Lunchbox. For all the reasons that we said, and my number 1 is pizzerizzo.
Well, my number 1 is Woody's Lunchbox.
I will say, when we were at Woody's Lunchbox recently, I got a barbecue sandwich with like pickles on it or something like that. That was really good. That was very, very good. I was like pleasantly surprised at how much I liked that.
Yeah. Well, Woody's Lunchbox is great too, because again, with young kids, the food already is good. It's got grilled cheese sandwiches, etc. Lots of tots. Any tot you want,
but
you
never,
can get it.
Never a place to sit though.
Never a place to sit. But again, with the construction, I'm like, I'm curious what it. So I even put that. I said they're building out, I think, a new seating area as far as I know.
But then pizzerizzo has more than enough seating, but you don't like the food. You got to mix them.
Yeah. That's true. I'm telling you, Disney, please make it New York style pizzeria for real. That would be incredible. Incredible. Yeah, I'm still thinking about that being your number 1 and how different some of ours were.
I knew,
you know what I mean?
knew you weren't going to have pizzerizzo very high.
But I love the restaurant. So if you don't follow us yet on Instagram, it is at Disneyville Podcast. You will find us. We're posting all kinds of fun Disney reels and history reel, like whatever we feel like posting. And by we, I mean usually me. But that's also where we ask you guys if you have any input for the show or the episode, or like we're about to share a bunch of your guys' responses to what your favorite Hollywood Studios quick service place is and why. Is there like a certain menu item you love? Is there the ambiance of a place you love?
Story, like from,
Yeah, or nostalgia.
Exactly.
Are you starting at the top or the bottom?
I'll start at the bottom.
Okay, I'll start at the top.
So London Tenario Ferris said, backlot, French fries and cheese sauce, only place in the park that you can get cheese sauce. I didn't know that. Plus Coke refills. Good to know.
Coca-Cola sounds so good. Why is specifically Coca-Cola so much better at Christmas time?
You just got a shirt that has.
I sure did.
On it's
got like the
shirt.
Santa, the classic Santa Coca-Cola. And you know who loves that shirt? Both of our kids.
Yeah.
Felicity thought it was hilarious. And I'm like, she's 2, you know. I'm like, what's so funny about this?
Yeah.
And then Gigi, what did she say? She was like, I didn't know Santa drank soda.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, girl. He loves Coca-Cola, according to Coca-Cola.
That's a 60-year-old ad that still works.
Still slaps. All right. So Tiffany Byram and Kate Castles both agree Woody's lunchbox. They both mentioned the tachos. Tiffany said the tachos, oh my gosh. And then Kate said the tachos and the kids' grilled cheese are good values. Eat outside of Toy Story Land, though. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Take it, go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's
Although the ambiance is fun. And again, right now we're all talking about like because it's in between and under construction. So
Right.
But eventually. But yeah, I could see that.
Christy Almanza said, Backlot Express truly feels like stepping back into MGM Studios.
That's
it. You still have that nostalgic aspect of it.
Oh, gosh. Now I just can't stop thinking about Coke.
I know. I kind of want to.
I want a frozen Coke. Ooh. Go to Target in the 90s and have a frozen Coke.
I have a Coca-Cola like 3 times a year. And tonight might be one of those nights.
Honestly,
Sounds
right?
so good.
Okay, wait. I love this. So Kelsey in Sutter said, Woody's lunchbox, but take it to pizzerizzo to eat in the air conditioning. My favorite hack. That
smart.
Because then we could sit on
smart.
oh my gosh.
You get your best of both worlds right there.
And you know what? You can get your pizza.
That's it.
The kids can get I'll go get my thing, mobile order.
Who was this? Who said this?
Kelsey, or no. Oh, there. Kelsey in Sutter. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right.
You might have just saved our marriage.
Right there.
Right there.
Oh my gosh. Also, me5p5 Ito. I'm so sorry. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of what it could be. I'm so sorry. I'm sure I butchered it. Said ABC Commissary, in my opinion, the best quick service in all parks. Wow. The steak fries and farro salad are unmatched. I would be curious to try that next time.
I like a steak fry, but I feel like I'm the only one who likes a steak fry. We've brought this up.
Give me the right dips. We go back to dips.
We've
Give me
had
the
this
right dips.
conversation with our friends so many times. I am the only one who likes steak fries.
I don't think any of us are going to turn down steak fries.
They're always like, it's too much potato. I'm like, I don't know.
But you love like baked potatoes. I'm like, can you just chop that up for me?
We all agree though what the best fry is though, right?
Curly fries?
Waffle fry.
Oh, waffle. Yeah.
Everyone agrees.
I've got 3 favorites. Okay.
I mean, come on. It's
McDonald's.
You're really, we're talking about
style.
like,
yeah. Anyway.
All good, but what's your favorite? Okay. You're going to like this one.
Okay.
Nella Barbarina said, pizzerizzo, not the best pizza, but vibes make it a 10 of 10. There you go.
I get it. I totally get it.
Alexis Mercedes 5 said, Rosie's All-American Cafe, only because I lost a front tooth there when I was 8, my first WW trip. That's awesome.
That's a good reason to like Rosie's All-American Cafe. That's so cute. Kelsey White said, Docking Bay 7 for veggie, meatballs, and hummus. Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
If we go again, that's probably what I'll order.
Elizabeth O'Kelly said, Pizzerizzo, I love the doughy pizza. And there's always seating.
All right, and that's it. Some people like it, okay? I'm cool with that. I understand that. It's kind of like people that don't like deep dish versus people that do.
Oh, I love it.
And deep dish can vary so wildly.
But again, it's
some of them have that crazy thick sauce layer and some of them don't.
Right.
It can really.
But again, there's no wrong pizza. It's just, which one do I like more? I like them all. There's no...
It's like fries.
You give me Neapolitan style pizza, you give me deep dish, you give me puffy. I'm going to eat them. I'm going to eat it all.
Pizza. Oh. So Kay Trauger, 95, said, Ronto Roasters, those wraps, all of them are delicious. I crave them when I'm not in Disney. I do like the slaw that's on them, I will say. Like on the traditional Ronto wrap. A lot of people talking about the farro salad. Happy Places by Danny said ABC Commissary, the buffalo chicken grilled cheese, and arugula farro salad. We'll have to get that next time too.
Okay, I got a couple quick ones here. KMR He 26 said Docking Bay 7. Why wouldn't you want to dine in some galaxy far, far away? Good point. And then Moments with Morgue, Pizzerizzo. Listen, it's not the food, it's the vibes. It's quiet, AC spectacular, large drinks.
Love that. So I've got 2 here. Sydney Alexa says, hear me out. Pizzerizzo. Everyone's like, okay, I secretly love Pizzerizzo.
I got a caveat.
I love that. Hear me out, Pizzerizzo. Food isn't awesome. But the wedding area is great for a running toddler. Yes, they can get those wiggles out and you're in the AC. You can sip on your Coke. And then Miss Papa Giorgio said, Backlot Express, so much seating. My kid knocked my entire drink in my lap and I had ample room to clean up. Love that. Totally get it. Love that for you.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, so much pizzerizzo talk. Megan Nedgar said...
I was about to read that one, too.
Okay, perfect. We met in the middle. Pizzerizzo, and I will die on that hill. Love Muppets nostalgia and obsessed with that weird rat.
I literally was about to start reading that one. That's too funny. Okay.
That is awesome. Listen, I feel like I was missing out on the self-serve fountain drink refill at Backlot Express. Now that I know that exists, I'm going to go get a Coke.
Just go get Coke.
Take some sips, refill it.
So we always like to read a review because you guys are always so nice and we absolutely love it. And so on Apple Podcasts, you can leave a review and then we usually try and read one at the end of at the end of every episode. So Jessica's pulling up one right now.
Yes, I am. I can never remember where to find it when I'm like under pressure. I'm like, hold on. Okay, so this review is from Sunnyside Danny. She said, such a comfort podcast. She said such a comfort pod, but it feels weird to say pod out loud to me. I like reading it. I don't like saying it. Always a guaranteed smile and laugh. The banter between you two is the best. My girls are the same age as your daughters and love the insight and honest anecdotes about Disney and littles. Yay. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Like we said, we so appreciate the reviews. It's one of our only sources of feedback from you guys on if you're liking it, how you're liking it, what you like about it, other than, of course, you can also comment on our YouTube videos.
Right.
We read through every comment on those, or at least we try to.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah.
I think that's it. Honestly,
this was so fun.
I thought this was going to be like a 20-minute episode when we were talking about it.
Never is.
We can always fill up some time, can't
Boy,
we?
can't we?
Okay. Well, I really appreciate you guys watching this, and we will see you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.